Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. I figured I'd do a quick little check-in video of what's going on in these last 3-ish weeks of August. I had posted a summer TBR of sorts so that I wouldn't have to do monthly TBRs, but since there's only 3 weeks left in the month, I figured I would do that. Maybe I'll start with that and then move on to why I don't think I'm going to complete all of that, and what I've been up to, and what my holdups are, and just like a little chatty kind of thing. In case you didn't know, I homeschool my daughter. We tend to start back like the last week of August. I do live in New York, so the other kids go to school after Labor Day, but I tend to start early because she likes to end early. So it makes sense. She is going into 9th grade this year, and it is requiring a lot more preparation from me this year. But anyway, these last couple weeks are a bit busy. I am, as I have told you guys before, doing the seasonal series readathon. As you can see, I am nearly done with this, or as much done as I'm gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna go for the blackout this round because I very much doubt I'm gonna finish a book in 24 hours. Although I guess it's possible, so I guess it could happen. I'm not gonna read while eating fruit because I'm on the keto diet right now, so that's not gonna happen. And I don't like picnics, so I'm not gonna read a book while doing a picnic. So those are out. You can double up with this, so I only have a couple of books that I really need to read to complete this, and maybe I'll get to it and maybe I won't. I'm also doing the summer romance bingo. As you can see, different colors for different months. I completed it. I'm not going for a blackout on this either because I really wanted to read mostly books that I own, and I didn't really want to go searching for books. That being said, here's kind of what I have left to read, and we will see whether or not I get to it. I am currently reading still. It's like the ongoing saga of Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. I do want to finish this by the end of August, and this is more priority than any other book because, one, I'm actually loving it. But you know me in classics. Again, if you've watched my channel, you know how crazy I am with the classics. Like, I love them and I hate them at the same time, and big books make me all crazy, and it's slow reading, and it's hard to put around, and I don't want to read it by the pool because I don't want to hurt my book, and you know, like, there's lots of excuses. But this I really need to finish by the end of August. I would love to. Like, it would make me so happy if I could do that. So, oops. So there's that. I have one book that only counts toward seasonal series. Technically, seasonal series goes in through September a bit, but I feel the need to change things up a little bit coming in September, but that's a whole nother video. So I would like to read The Wings of Fire, The Hidden Kingdom. I'm still in the middle of the first story arc for this middle grade series, and I really am enjoying it. And this should be a quick read if I ever pick it up. But I guess if I don't get to this month, I can do it next month and not hate myself too much. But for summer romance, I still have to read Wind River Wrangler by Lindsay McKenna. I have this for Romance with a Cowboy. I have The Vikings Chosen by Quinn Loftus. This is a young adult, I'm thinking more fantasy-ish, like historical fantasy, yeah, something like that. And this is for a book with less than 1,000 reviews on Goodreads. 3 months ago, it was definitely less than that. I'm not going to check it again because I'm not picking out a new book. So if there are more now, then sorry. But I have this. It should go decently quickly. Like, the font isn't... Anyway, I'm a hot mess, you guys. Like, seriously. For book by author writing under a pseudonym, I have Dating You, Hating You by Christina Lauren. And I've had this on my shelf for a while, and it's like I hate to love romance, and I generally like that. So I have this to read. And I have a romantic suspense, which is The Way Home by Cindy Gerard. And this hits some Goodreads challenges that I have been trying to do for like the whole year, like finishing up some things. So this like hits so many places that I like need to pick it up now. That being said, I kind of suck. And I did check on here that one of my favorite challenges was a 2018 Read a finalist, the Romance Writers Awards finalist. And that is just such a cool challenge. And I really would like to complete it, especially because I loved one of the other books I read in this series. And so I do want to read this, and it did come from the library. So, sorry. And that's Laura Griffin's Touch of Red. And this is a Tracer's novel. I've only read book 11, so I've got lots of catching up to do. But this is book 12, and I am very cool to read it out of order. I don't think you need to read them in order because I don't think you see a lot of the same people, but I could be wrong about that. So this is a library book, and I really want to read it, so I'm going to try to get to this as well. The sad thing about all of this is that I can't get any of them on audio, so I am listening to audiobooks that are different. I mean, I could get Wives and Daughters on audio, and actually I do, and I loved the narrator of it, but it's a library book, and it's 20 some odd discs, and I don't listen to that much, and I don't really want to import that onto my computer and all that, you know. Again, I have lots of excuses. Tons of excuses. I wish that some of these were on audio so that, or because I'm not going to subscribe to Audible or anything like that right now. I have plenty to listen to. Excuses why I don't think I'm going to get this all done by the end of August. Homeschooling is number 1. She starts, again, I start her in August. She is going into 9th grade. I write her curriculum. And you say, why do you do that? Because that's making you stressed out. Yes, it totally makes me stressed out. But my daughter has a little bit of some special needs. I don't want to say special needs as in like she's awful. She's a functioning person. But let me just say, when you find a math program that works for someone, you stick with it. So because we found a math program that works for her, we can't do one of these all-in-one schools because they want you to take their math. And let me tell you, it's just not going to work. And we homeschool so that she can receive her education in her way and not someone else's. So here we are. I have to make her curriculum. So I am in the midst of just throwing this out here because I got it from the library. Basically reading a high school biology book to make sure that I have covered all of the facts that I need to teach her this year. Again, I'm a nurse, so I took college biology too. So I want to make sure that I'm getting the right spot for her. I don't want to over crazy her with more information than she needs for her for her grade level. But I also don't want to make it too dumb that it's like a little kid thing. So I'm reading and kind of looking over things and taking information out of here so that I can make sure she gets the best education possible. And making sure we hit all of the points. And in particular, biology I'm doing because she likes biology. She really enjoys science. She enjoys anything with living creatures, animals, bugs, like it doesn't matter. She loves learning about all of that. So I want to make sure I do justice to this subject for her. The rest of it I have down pat, but there is a lot of paperwork involved. I'm linking a lot of things. I want to make sure I get all of my resources put together. So, although I'm not counting it for like, what did you read this month? I've been playing around with this biology textbook that I got from the library now for some days. Yeah. It's got lovely colors, and I passed high school biology, just saying. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. The other thing is when she does start, 9th graders are technically supposed to be decently independent learners by this point, especially with 5 years of homeschooling under their belt. My daughter's not independent, like at all. I still will need to sit with her. I made the mistake of not doing that last year as much, and it just didn't work. Unfortunately, like if I had a cow prod, just maybe that would do something. She's in the middle of the 14-year-old lazy thing that happens to girls. I don't know if you recall that. Anyway, it's rough. It's been a little bit rough. The homeschooling, I'm done with it, to be perfectly honest, but she is begging me to not go back to school, and I can see why. She's a little bit behind in math and things like that. Anyway, why do I not think I'm going to get to read? Because I am deeply enmeshed in all of this. It is driving me insane. Plus, I'm working like a fiend. I generally work part-time, but I have been picking up a lot of extra hours for reasons. One, because we have no nurses, so we need staff. Two, I could use a little extra cash because I am doing a dancing showcase for ballroom dancing, because I ballroom dance, in the end of September, and that costs a decent amount of money, so I could use a little extra cash. So I'm spending a lot more time at work, particularly in the overnight hours, which throws my sleep schedule off and makes life just horrific. So I can say, as of this moment of filming, my daughter is away on vacation with her grandmother. I couldn't go because I have to work. I do not have a summer vacation this summer. I'm just throwing that out there. Like, there's no time off. So, kind of is what it is here. I know I throw that around a lot, but it really is. Like, there's nothing else to say. Let me just do, like, what I'm currently reading. You saw Wives and Daughters. I already told you that already. That probably is priority number one, although, watch, I won't pick it up again, like, at all. Because it's heavier reading and I have to think a little bit more, and I'm already reading a biology textbook. Watch me like totally suck. I'm also like listening to / reading the next book in the Pink Carnation series, which yes, I know is not on my must reads for the rest of the year, but it's an audiobook and now I really want to finish it, and so I am sitting here reading it. The Betrayal of the Blood Lily. Yeah. And we're in India. And let me tell you, I do not know a whole lot about like colonial, like the East India Company, India. Actually, I don't know a whole lot about India at all. I'll just rephrase that. But definitely not that period in Indian history. So like, I'm finding myself wanting to look things up. And it's kind of fun because the modern counterpart, Eloise, this is not her. She's, like a history major. Like, this is not her period. So she's also like, I don't know what's going on. I gotta do research. And it's like, yeah, you and me both. Like, I don't know what in the world's going on. So this is kind of fun and interesting, but also a little bit of a heavier read. And in a way, just because I'm just not as familiar with the places and the time frame and the pronunciation. So it's like kind of a nice thing that it's an audiobook. But I probably will finish this today because I won't be able to help myself, and I'm going to have to move on to the next book. Hopefully I will be able to keep it as just an audiobook and not start picking up and reading it in addition, because I have other books to read. But I will say I really am just kind of slumpy right now, and really all I want to read are these books. So, I mean, I guess I could make a case and just say, well, I'm just going to finish this series already and be done with it and forget all of my bingos and challenges. So I guess I could do that because I was like a little stressed. I mean, I just ranted at a camera for like a half an hour or something like that. Completely just ranted to you people. I mean, no one's going to even watch this, but that's okay. It feels like it's like so healing to just rant at someone. And so because all my someones are gone and have heard it already and they're like sick to death of hearing it, it's like really nice to be able to to you internet people. So while my daughter is gone, she's gone until Wednesday, I need to finish up and send out all of her school paperwork and read some books. I guess that's kind of where we're at right now. Can you tell I'm a little bit stressed? I'm trying to maintain my zen. You know what? I think I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. And maybe that'll make it better. Because every time I look over, I got a shelf full of books and I want to read them all like right now, and it's making me crazy. So I'm looking forward to the things that are coming in September, I guess. Hopefully once we're going, things will be better or worse. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm a little romanced out right now and a little bit challenged out. I have my long-term challenges now that I really just want to get to. I'm kind of done. I would like to get to these books anyway because most of them are off of my shelves, but we'll see what happens. I'm really sorry for all this rambling, but it really is good for me and it makes me feel better. So if you made it this far, congratulations. You don't really get anything but a piece of my mind. And I'm sure I'll talk to you again. Would love to hear anything about books, anything about life, comments, criticisms, like don't even care. Have at it. I'm trying to be zen, and yet my zen is hyper. You seeing that? Totally seeing that. My zen is hyper. So I will talk to you later. I'm sorry.